Right, let's go ahead and hop on in. Howdy y'all, welcome back to another stream. Yeah, we're gonna be doing a little bit today. I finally finally got around to it, but I have pre-ordered Dawntrail. We are all set, and I've got some things to go pick up. But first of all, you know, I don't know if anyone had a chance to catch the unarchived stream the other night, but we did a little bit with the new model, just a little bit of testing. So I ended up only getting about halfway through most of these fates. I think I've got 3 badges, so we're gonna do a little bit of that. Go ahead and finish up this minion for the yokai event, and then yeah, we might switch it up. It's been a while since I've actually run any dungeons or anything like that, so I might try leveling up one of my alt jobs. But yeah, hi! How is everyone? I hope everyone's having a good middle of your week. I guess it's almost the weekend, isn't it? It's been such a busy couple of days that my usual inability to keep track of time is even worse than normal. So I'm gonna be out of it for a couple of days, and it doesn't seem like next week is gonna be getting any easier. So yeah, but you know, it's an exciting time. I talked about it last stream, but yeah, things are happening. Real life, work related, all kinds of stuff. So you know, it's not like it's bad. It's just it's a lot of time management. It's a lot of trying to figure out things on top of all of the debut assets and everything. I finally did a little bit more work yesterday on the new logo. Just going through trying to find some fonts and, you know, just kind of get the basic layout done. I don't think it's going to be anything super fancy at this point. I just kind of want to be done with everything. You know, I might end up putting it out that we do the debut, the new model and everything, without having a ton of like fancy backgrounds or anything like that. I'll try and spruce up what I've got, and you know, if I can get a background done, then that's great, you know, if I can get it done in time. But I'm kind of aiming for the 20th or so, so we'll just have to see how that goes. But yeah, you know, same as always, keep an eye on the socials, like and subscribe, all of that good stuff, and you know, you'll have plenty of notice whenever we actually end up doing the new model debut. So it's not going to just like jump out at you like most of my normal streams. I don't even think I tweeted. I think I forgot to tweet this stream. It was just kind of something that I just put on the old docket. But yeah, so it's just it's a very busy time, and then obviously I gotta work tomorrow, so it'll be kind of an all day thing. Been the first time in a while that I've worked a longer shift. We'll see how I hold up. But yeah, you know, I am very excited about some of the stuff that's happening. I'm excited about the debut, and you know, if all goes well, things are looking like I might actually be able to escape retail soon. So that's kind of the dream, right? But yeah, aside from that, you know, it's just been a lot of prep, trying to figure out what's going on the list for the rest of the summer. You know, I don't have a PlayStation or anything like that, so I noticed that they were doing the PlayStation Showcase the other night, but I did try and keep up to date with a couple of the games. And yeah, I'm really excited about Monster Hunter Wilds. I'll have to see how it goes. You know, it felt a little odd that we only saw a couple monsters. Like, they only really showed in terms of big monsters and not just the not just the random trash that's just running around through the areas, right? They really only showed the lion looking one, right? So you know, we'll have to see how that goes. I think once I see a Rathalos, my hype levels will go up significantly. But yeah, it looks really good. You know, aside from the mystery of it all, I mean, the graphics wise, it looks really solid. I am very, very happy that they're just being like, hey, let's just go ahead and put this on PC, right? So yeah, it's something to look forward to. I've been kind of getting the itch to do a little bit more. Where the... Oh, it's the big guy. Okay. Well, let's clear out all of these first. There we go. We'll take out these sylphs too, just in case. Right, now this one I feel like is a little bit trickier. I feel like it was kind of a tanky one. We'll just have to get in here and see. I don't know if I'm gonna get out in time. Yeah, we got it. Ah, I didn't get it. All right, thankfully I've got my healing chocobo with me. All right, but yeah, aside from that, you know, I didn't really get a chance to go over a whole lot of the other games. Mostly just saw some reaction videos and that kind of thing pop up in my recommended feed. But, you know, a couple of them do look interesting just, you know, from the thumbnails and stuff that I was looking at. So, yeah, you know, hopefully a few more things to go on the old docket later on this year. Wow, I'm really not having a good time with this Moorball. So yeah, I think Monster Hunter is going to be the big one, but that's not going to be until sometime next year. I know that they had announced it like previously. It's not like it just came out of nowhere, but this was really the first, I think, trailer that they had for it. Yeah, I've kind of been having the hankering. I know that a lot of the Hollows have been playing it a little bit more. And yeah, you know, after we did our restart stream the other night, I kind of want to play more of it. That was almost going to be the game for tonight, but I decided, you know what? Now that we've got Dawntrail, now that we're just kind of in that last little bit before the release of the expansion, I kind of wanted to get in here, get a little bit more yokai done. It'll get here faster than you think. Like, it really will. You know, I think they said, yeah, that here in 3 days, the new benchmark will go up too, so June 3rd. So that's going to be exciting. I'll probably have to get in there and rework some of the saves that I had made from this last benchmark. But I think the changes that they showed off with the new lighting and everything looks really good. And it's nice that they're doing options, right? Like, they have a couple of options when it comes to... Wow, did I fail that? Really? Did I just run out of time? I guess so. That was all about. Well, this one's easy at least. And don't let me forget, because I gotta go get some stuff from the mail, right? Don't let me forget when we actually go back to Limsa to get some more Gyasho greens. It's been, what, 3 streams and I've forgotten about it each time. There we go. But yeah, so that looks good. The new benchmark, I think, looks fantastic. It seems like they fixed a lot of the issues people were having. There's still, you know, a couple of people that are like, I can't get it exactly the same as it was. And, you know, I understand getting attached to your character and everything, but, you know, I think, at least for mine, you know, I actually had to change some of the options. Like, I couldn't just do a straight import. But once I changed some of the options around, you know, I got Kyra here looking pretty good, looking nice and RTX on. So, you know, I'm for it. I'm ready for it. Okay, this one shouldn't be too bad. Unless, no, this one's not the big flower, I don't think. So yeah, so look forward to that here in about 3 days, and remaking all of those Femoros that we worked so hard on. Are you it? Yes, I knew it was around here somewhere. He's out. All right, there we go. But yeah, you know, I've just been kind of thinking about what our game plan is for Dawntrail. You know, I have not asked off for work or anything like that. I've got a couple of days coming up next week that I've already asked for, so I'm not gonna be like, you know, give me these days off for this video game. If I had not asked off for this for the soccer game, I probably would have. But you know, it's fine. It's just part-time. We'll be able to fit it in. I'm more concerned about what I'm going to do with the early access period, right? I think I think that's kind of the tricky part. Like, obviously, I want to get into the MSQ, but I also don't want to try streaming it at the same time as everyone else. You know, I've talked about this before, and I still have not decided exactly what the game plan is. So, yeah, we'll just kind of wing it. Like, I definitely want to try out Pictomancer. We might do that. I don't know if I'll do that on Kyra or maybe one of my alts or something. We'll see. We'll see. It's all up in the air at the moment, but it's definitely starting to feel like it is getting close. So it's time to start kind of solidifying those plans. But we do have one more live letter that's on the way too, so we can start looking forward to that. And yeah, you know, I need to double check what day it's on. They schedule me out far enough that I should already know whether or not I'm working that night. And yeah, if I'm not working, then we'll do another live watch along. We missed the last one. I was a little sad that I did not have the opportunity to stream the job video, but that's fine. We'll make up for it as best as possible, even though it's going to be like 4 or 5 a.m. here. No, I've been having a lot of those 4 and 5 a.m. moments, so I'm kind of used to it at this point. Last night I was just up. I was up all night just reading a little bit more Dungeon Meshi. You know, I caught up with all of the anime and I really, really liked it. But then I decided, you know what, let's just go ahead and start reading the manga. It's nice that it is a shorter one. Like, it's only 90-something chapters plus a few extras, right? Which is really short for such a big series. Like, I was genuinely surprised when I saw them. I was like, oh, I can get this done in like a night or two. Okay, everything's just gonna aggro. That's fine. Ow, all of these are chained together. Okay, give me a moment. Why are they getting me from so far away? There. That'll make that a little bit easier. Alright, so which ones do I gotta get? I gotta get the Garlean Invaders. Now, this is one of those that's kind of weird, because I need to kill the Garleans, but the Sylphs are also aggro? There aren't too many fates like this, and I think they're mostly confined to ARR. Yeah, you get them occasionally where you have two factions, but one of them doesn't really help your progress at all. I feel like maybe this is the one that took forever last time, too. I mean, I don't mind if they want to fight it out for a little bit. Yeah, you know, getting back to the live letter stuff, I'm very curious what's going to be in this next one. I know that the special site has given a little bit more info to like the Arcadian and stuff, and it seems really interesting. Kind of gives us an idea of what the theming of Solution 9 and all of that is going to be. Yeah, you know, it's very curious, because I genuinely don't know where they're going to go. Like, I have some basic ideas for like the overall expansion and, you know, what they're doing for the throne and that kind of stuff, and, you know, supposedly the scions being split. I'm sure it's going to be a friendly competition to see who they can put on, you know, up as the king, right? But I'm more concerned about the ending, right? Because this is supposed to lead us on a new adventure. We're essentially starting a brand new Final Fantasy game, right? And yeah, I just don't know where they're going to go with it. Like, what kind of threat are they going to come up with that is somehow even bigger of a threat than defeating the concept of depression, right? We've already been to space. We're going back to space. I don't really know. And, you know, the thing is, they could tone it down a little bit. Whoever the new main villain is through the next couple of expansions, like, it doesn't necessarily have to be this huge world-expanding and universe-ending threat, but it's got to be significant enough for us to feel some kind of tension, right? So yeah, we'll just have to wait and see. I'm very, very curious about where this is all going to lead. And the thing is, like, Solution 9 might not even be like the big final zone that leads into it, right? Like if you remember for Endwalker, they teased Elpis, and Elpis ended up being, you know, second to last. And then we went way out there. So yeah, it's just there's a lot of things that I'm looking forward to, and it's one of those that I'm just gonna be sitting back. I'm just gonna enjoy the ride while it's there. I'm sure it's not gonna be entirely like a vacation to the islands the entire time, right? Especially near the end, but you know, I'm gonna enjoy it while we can. Then again, I mean, it doesn't really matter what the subject would be. It's a new FF14 expansion. I'm gonna be excited for it either way. Okay, there we go. No, I think at this point, I'm almost more interested to learn about some of the side stuff that we're going to be doing. You know, what is going to be involved with the world reclamation kind of stuff. You know, the supposed lazy life content. I am all for the lazy life, you know me. Okay. We'll have to see how work goes tomorrow, man. You know, I thought I had like one more day off than I actually do. And then on top of that, like having a little bit longer shift. It's just like, man, I'm just really not looking forward to it. I mean, to be fair, I could use the extra little bump after pre-ordering, because I did pre-order the collector's edition. Like at this point, I don't think an FF expansion is gonna go by without me ordering the collector's edition. But yeah, you know, that was like my big expense for the month. So we'll just have to see how it goes. Oh, she's like over here. Okay. All right, so we're just gonna hit them all. All right, and I need to pop another green too. Wow, I got here a little late. She's getting a little low. Let's hope I can do it. I don't know, this Ochu being here is going to be really annoying. My Chocobo can take care of the healing. At this point, my Chocobo is pretty strong. In fact, I probably need to look for another Thavnarian Onion. Probably getting to be about that point. Go. Unfortunately, I'm not a red mage, so I don't have a way to, like, do a spot heal real quick. Oh, hey, there we go. Some helpers. Good job. Welcome to the fray. I did it. And nothing for all my work. Okay, well, you know, we've got a better rate than I did last time. You know, when we did that on archive stream, man, that was rough. I think I did like 20 fates and only got 3 badges. So yeah, definitely moving along a little bit faster this time. I don't know what was up with it. I mean, you know, RNG's RNG, but man, it was a little ridiculous. It's been a while since I've had that low of a drop rate on fate things. This is Yokai Watch. This is the event. Alright, how many? Oh, I'm only at 2, and that doesn't help. I mean, worst comes to worst, I can just unsync and just knock them out real quick. It is kind of rough that in a lot of these ARR areas, there's just so many, like, additional mobs just kind of, like, hanging out around here. They didn't space them quite the same way that they do nowadays. So you just get a lot of stuff being pulled around, and you do still get it in Modern Fates, but it's just it's a little bit more reasonable than the olden days. It's very much like early 2000s MMO design, right? Some good old-fashioned train to zone. Right, there we go. Yeah, I was hoping, you know, I know that Epic Games is doing their big mystery games each week nowadays, but yeah, the last couple just didn't really appeal to me, I guess. I think this week is Chivalry 2. Yeah, you know, I need to go through my old account there and see what our options are for some new games. You know, nothing super long. I'm not going to start up like another JRPG when we're already in the middle of FF8 and that's taking forever as it is, plus Horizon on top of it. But you know, something just kind of relaxing, something that we can do just like as little one-off streams every now and then. No, Game Pass had a little to the left, and I've seen quite a few people playing that. It seems kind of interesting. I like puzzles, you know. Like puzzles and putting things together, I guess, and straightening things as best as I can. Yeah, we might throw something kind of casual in there. It's just yeah, it's a matter of trying to figure out games that I feel like we can kind of enjoy together and just kind of sit and chat while I have a little bit of a break from doing all of this other stuff in the background. It'll be real nice once this debut gets done. That way we can just kind of go back to our usual, right? It's kind of why I'm thinking, like, if I don't get backgrounds done or anything like that, like, that's fine. I'd like to get the logo. I feel like that's kind of important. We're gonna do, you know, a pretty big rebrand on everything. As far as the rigging and everything, I feel like it's pretty good. My free trial is almost near the end, so I need to do any final tweaks here pretty soon. But overall, I think it looks real nice. So, you know, all of that stuff I feel like is pretty much done. It's just all of the additional things at this point, right? It'd be nice if I could just take like 2 weeks off of work, off of the retail job, and just focus on that for a little bit, right? There we go. Unfortunately, I do have phone bills and stuff I gotta pay. The old student loans coming down upon me. All right, there we go. Add in, and that way he can come over and help out. There we go. Which, speaking of, if you would like me to, would like to help me escape the hell that is part-time retail, please like and subscribe. You know, we're still pushing for that 1,500 subs, and you know, I think after the debut, we'll be pretty smooth sailing. Yeah, it's just an easy way to get updates and everything. So, you know, I shill it once a stream, and that's really about it. there's your call to action. But yeah, exciting things ahead. There we go. And as I mentioned in my last unarchived stream, we will probably still do a couple of other unarchived streams just to show off the new model and do a little bit of rig testing and that kind of thing. Before the actual release. So yeah, you know, you can keep an eye out on those. That way you kind of know what's up if you want like a nice little preview of everything going on. Still at 8. Alright, so now it's starting to slow us down a little bit. You know, I said last time that I kind of wonder if there isn't kind of like a hidden timer on how fast you can actually get badges, because I feel like every time we've tried doing them, it pretty much evens out to like 40 to 45 minutes to get one complete weapon, right? At the drop rates we've got. And like sometimes if I'm really just kind of pounding through them, it feels like all of a sudden it just kind of drops. And again, you know, it's RNG is RNG, right? Like supposedly it has around a 30% drop rate. It seems like that's about the average, right? But you know, if you've been playing for a very long time, like in one session, I mean, you can kind of tell when something's kind of up with it, right? Yo, almost done. And this one actually went pretty fast. Okay, over there. I don't know what all of that was, but sure, I'll take it. It's something with the challenge log, I guess. All right, so we got 5 minutes. I think we can do it in 5 minutes. It'll be kind of close, but one of these is really, really rough. Like, it takes a really long time. And it might be this one, I don't know. We'll find out together. I just remember, like, sitting there, pounding away at these things, and it was, the bar was just not moving. Thankfully, I'm strong enough that I think just my poisons can probably take them down. Bonnets. Curious how this is all going to play after the job changes and everything. I think most of the job changes look really good. Yeah, a lot of it's just pretty basic stuff. There were a couple classes that got some pretty significant changes, but you know, most of my mains, really not too many differences. You know, additional button at level 100, and you know, Bard is going to be changing up a little bit with its songs. Red Mage, of course, is getting some tuning done in terms of its AoE versus single target combo. But aside from that, like, it really didn't seem like anything would change too much. But even just the addition of like one more like finishing move can be a little wonky. It can take a little bit of time to get used to. Like when Endwalker came out and we finally got our new finisher, like all of my timing was messed up. Like, it feels like the melee combo takes so long now, so it really kind of adjusts what kind of timing you need on some of these boss phases, right? Like you have to worry about a much longer window before transitions than you used to, and with how they're designing some of these, you know, some of the savages and stuff, it's getting interesting. It's getting kind of spicy sometimes. I feel like the actual savages themselves are not necessarily, I wouldn't say they're harder necessarily in terms of like fight complexity, but the combination of a couple of different things, both how they're designing their fights and the addition of new actions that kind of extend the length of your big burst phase, right? You know, it's led to some interesting things, right? So they're not necessarily more complex, but they don't feel any easier. They definitely, to me, feel just as hard as always, if not a little bit harder. Now, I didn't finish up this tier, so you know, I've heard E12 was pretty rough in a few cases, but yeah, they're still not ultimates. Ultimates are definitely getting harder. I feel like if you keep up with the ultimates at all, like you look at the difference between T and Omega, and you're like, yeah, this is definitely a whole other realm, right? Thankfully, I'm not a big fan of the newer ultimate weapons. I just want my Clockwork Sword, man. I'm still looking for that T group. That's the other reason we're trying to grow the channel. It's also that you guys will play with me. It's so we can make our own static. Please carry me to my weapon. Okay, there we go. This one's easy, thankfully. That do it? Ah. Still need one more. Still need one more. Okay. Well, we're almost there. I can feel it. It's just I haven't run like just an alliance raid or anything in so long, and I'm just kind of feeling it. I really want to run something. I'd probably help if I could remember my my actual rotation. I don't know, when it's just fates, I just kind of don't worry about maxing everything, right? Even though it might help me out marginally on getting these things down a little bit faster. Yeah, I don't know. I've just been craving some alliance raids or something. Get my Get my warrior leveled up a little bit more. Maybe we can run MSQ roulette or something like that. We'll think of something, but I can't keep doing these fates all stream, every stream. I'm morbid, man. I'm morbid hard. Hey, there we go. Nice. All right, so off to the gold saucer it is, and then off to Limsa. And again, don't let me forget these greens. We're getting a little low. I almost always have like 50 of these things. Sorrow, Choco Buddy, but I kind of forget about you sometimes. Speaking of, how are we at? Oh, okay, so it's got a little bit more time left before I need another onion. Oh, that's right, Make It Rain's going on too. Get a little bit of extra. Probably not a whole lot that I'm thinking about that like I desperately need. But I mean, you know, more MGP is always better. Sure, there's something in there that I would like. I also know the Fall Guys event's back too. They had that little notice. That's a really good way to get some MGP. Super easy. And yeah, it adds up like really fast compared to most other things. At least if you get a full group. If it's, you know, middle of the night and you've only got, you know, 6 people in there, a little bit trickier. Not gonna lie, it's a little bit harder. Okay, let me open my Google Sheets here. That way I can make sure that I've got these checked off, right? Open. Where are you? Copy of Yokai. So this was Shogunyan. Alright, Shogunyan. You were off the list. You were free. Which one was it? Was it a Department of War? Yes, it's so. Hey, there we go. Paladin short and sword and shield. Nice. Nice. Starting to appreciate some more of the Paladin stuff with the old sword and board combo. Okay, maybe not that extra. It's like a plastic sword. It's very yokai. I can't say they didn't do a good job on it. That's right, I'm discarding instead of selling. You can judge me all you want. Okay. Nice. All right, let's head back to Limsa. Oh, let me make sure to get my greens, because we gotta visit the Moogle box. Oh. See what we got. I don't think we get the pre-release rewards yet, which makes sense because, like, obviously Pictomancer is not in the game yet. So giving us the collector's edition paintbrush doesn't really do a whole lot, right? Where can I buy these? Oh, there we go. The Brugere Consortium, I think. Purchase items. Gyashul greens. Yeah, let's do another 70. Easy enough. I need to clear up some space, so we're gonna go and put some stuff in the armoire. But yeah, I can't remember what all of the pre-release stuff is. I think I get the mount, which looks really good. So we got that to look forward to. Yeah, I think the paintbrush and all of that don't come out until the actual Dawntrail patch hits, and then they'll show up in the old. There you go, in the old Moogle box. Right, I think that's everything. Cool. Go hit up the aft castle. Maelstrom. Yeah, I think the mount on this one definitely looks a lot more interesting than the past couple of expansions. Like, I like the cool little horsey, I guess. Looks all right. Yeah. But it's not a giant mech, right? We're not going full FF9 Gundam. This one looked good. This one I'm excited about. Go ahead and go pick that up. And the earring. I think I definitely wanted the earring. I think that is probably, if you're someone that does a lot of content, that wants to get a lot of stuff from a lot of jobs and just kind of explore everything that FF14 has to offer, the collector's edition is absolutely worth it for the earring alone. It really is. Like, some of those levels are kind of rough to get through. Now, obviously you could do it with any of the earrings because they all get you fairly high. But yeah, you know, that last 10 levels can always be a little tricky because then you're in the current content and you basically have running dungeons or doing some of the PvP stuff, which is okay, but it does get a little repetitive. So anything to help you out there that last little 10 levels, I mean, it's a boon, right? I don't think there's a whole lot that I can use it on right now. I mean, obviously I'll swap it out on all of my lower jobs, but in terms of like level 80 to 90, I don't think there was really anything that I had. I was like, oh yeah, I absolutely need to get these all to max, like, right now. We're definitely not doing it within a month. That takes way longer than that. Yeah. Okay, so no mount yet. I guess that is something that we'll have to wait. And Zidane minion and Azima's earrings. Nice. Cool. I don't think there was anything else to go along with it. I mean, it's been long enough that I'm sure if there was, we would have seen it already. But yeah, like, we switch over to our warrior here. Where am I at right now anyways? My warrior's getting close. Like, right now I'm just worried about 80 for everyone, right? And get to 80 on everyone, I'll be pretty good. That goes up to level 90. Excellent, excellent. The other one can go on the old retainer for all the good that it does. Okay. All right, let me hit up the old estate. I feel like it's been a while since I've hopped in. I gotta make sure that we're not getting that that demolition message. I don't think it's been that long. I feel like we've streamed more than that lately, but I don't always remember whenever I've actually gone in my house during a stream. Here we go. What are you also doing out here, Shogun Yan? You're good. Anything good? Really looking for some dyes. Kind of thinking about, I don't know, kind of thinking about switching some things up. I wouldn't be opposed. I like the house, but man, what I really need is an FC more than anything else. I really need like an FC house that I can bring all of my alts into and have their own individual rooms. Like, I would kind of like something, I don't know, a little more G-pose worthy, a little more like photo studio-ish. I really like photo studios. I don't know if you've really been to a lot of them, but like an actual photo studio in the game is it's a house where they've made several dioramas, and sometimes they'll even take up the chambers and do themed rooms, right? And it's pretty much explicitly for G-pose. They're really cool, but it's kind of hard to find some. Like, there's a lot of good G-pose houses that are like designer houses, but that's all they are, is like you get in and it looks like a modern home. I like the ones with the multiple sets. I like having a lot of stuff that I can look at, right? But yeah, those are few and far between. There are a couple of really big ones out there. I know Studio Shade, Studio Sommer, I think, is another big one. You can check some of their hashtags and stuff, but it's only maybe one or two like per data center. So far, Aether, of course, has the most, because, I mean, it's Aether, right? Instead of having RP venues there, they've got a lot of houses that, you know, they can freely just kind of do whatever they want with. So, yeah. But yeah, the others, I mean, there are a few, but in terms of like really big, really good ones, yeah, I would say it's probably just a handful per data center. So if I could get an FC together, put one of those in the FC house, that'd be great. I love that stuff, man. And the other thing is, like, you do have the issue where, like, a lot of them end up looking pretty similar to each other. Like, I don't know if there are a couple of people that design the dioramas and, like, other people will hire them out for Gil or something. But, yeah, you know, you've been to enough of them, and you're like, okay, this one looks exactly like the last one that I was at. Or, like, there might be a few small changes to it, right? But I'd like to get in and do something kind of, I don't know, fairly unique. But those pro photography skills that I used to have to use, it's been too long. It's not like I picked up my actual camera in, I don't know, a few years at this point. I need something, something to get back into it, something to brush off the old dust, right? All right, so what are we doing? Do I want to do MSQ? I feel like it's not a bad idea. Shouldn't take too long to actually get a mines one down. There we go. There we are. Nice. Yeah, I don't really want to tear down this one. I like it. I put a lot of work into it, and I don't know where I'm gonna put all of the stuff. My storage boxes are pretty close to full. I've got an apartment I can use, but like shuttling things back and forth is a little rough. So yeah, if I could do it in a way that I can keep all of this, and yeah, I would absolutely be game for that. I don't know if I can think of a way. No. Why we need an FC with viewers. You can help me through T, and you can invite my ults to the FC until we get a house. That's the dream. It would probably help if I wasn't a kind of guy that's just like, screw it, I'll do it myself, right? That probably doesn't help things. But I'm just so used to trying to do it all on my own. I have genuinely no idea how to even go about asking for help with this kind of thing. I don't really have too many people on the friends list these days. Most of them have kind of moved off. Or, you know, it's an RP server. Like, I have people on the friends list, but they were like, you know, people I met once or twice, add them to the friends list, and then a couple years go by. You see them online, you're like, how did I know this person again? I don't entirely remember. Yeah, all of my long-term friends have kind of moved on to other things. I'm sure they'll be back for Dawntrail, as is the cycle. Right, I never really come down to this side all that much. It's a nice little area, I just kind of forget that it's here. Nice and out of the way. It's a good little spot for G-posing. We want something kind of beachy, but not super obvious. No. Wink wink. Says Ball Monk. We know the spots. You know, I wonder if anyone's in the hot tub on the top of Ugane right now. You can always go check that out. See, it's even got its own hot springs here. Look, you can't say that the devs don't know what they're doing. Just put it that way. They know their audience. We know that. But sometimes it's more blatant than others. Alright, wow, it's actually taken a little bit of time. I'm a bit surprised, I can't lie. I should probably... There we go. Okay, that's my ranged. Cool. And we got... Right? God, I've forgotten all of it. I really have. Home gang. I don't think there were any that I didn't have. Okay, yeah, then we've got that with the beast gauge. I mean, to be honest, it's tanking. As long as my defiance is up, it doesn't really matter what I press. It's gonna work. You know, I'd like things to go down a little bit faster than if I was not pressing things correctly, right? Alright, what do you got? Prey? Okay, that's not too bad. Well, we're in for it. We're in for it a little bit. Sit down. Grab your popcorn. I think my post-it note is out of topics, so we're just gonna wing it. We're just gonna vamp. We got a lot of time to enjoy this movie together, friends. But you know, I'm not gonna complain, because again, this is the first time I've done actual content in a while. It's just been all fates all the way down, baby. It's so much. I'm so tired of yokai, and I feel like getting Shogun Yan. It really didn't even help all that much. I still feel like we're only halfway there. So yeah, I'm not gonna complain about Praetorium. I am curious, with this being like a more relaxed expansion, if they're gonna tone down a little bit of the cutscenes and stuff. Like, you remember when Endwalker came out and they were like, this has 25 to 40% more cutscenes than what you're used to. And you're like, oh wow, okay. And then you get into Endwalker and it's like, yeah, I can definitely feel that. But it's not like they were bad. It's just, it's a lot to go through. Here we go. But yeah, I'm kind of thinking that maybe they'll start toning it down a little bit. Who knows how much? We'll just have to wait and see. But I feel like a ton of super serious and really long extravagance cutscenes kind of goes a little bit against the idea of like, oh, summer vacation, right? I'm sure we'll get a lot near the end. Yeah, I'm excited to meet our new villain and all of that. I'm excited to see where the lore's gonna go. I'm assuming it's something to do with one of the other worlds, like leaking over into the source or something, but you know, who really knows? Yeah, I don't remember what any of these other buttons mean. I need to spend some time. Usually when it's been a while and I haven't played a job in a while, I will go in and try and do some stuff with the trusts. Like, to me, the trust system is probably one of the best things they have ever put in this game. It's just so convenient for so many situations, whether it's, you know, you want to level without the anxiety of having to be with another group, or you just don't want to wait for queue times. For me personally, it's just great for when you've been out of a job for a while and you're just trying to figure out like where you want to where to relearn it, right? It's a really, really good resource for that. Way better than you would think. Plus it's like an actual dungeon, so you're learning it in a decent environment where you would actually put it to good use, right? Like, I'm sure with everything that's changing on Black Mage in particular, like once Dawntrail comes out, like I'm probably gonna be hopping into some trusts with the old Black Mage trying to relearn it. Go. It definitely does take more time. You know, if you're not on a DPS job, it's significantly more time going through a trust. There we go. I got a tank or a healer. Yeah, you can just kind of hop in wherever, right? But, you know, everyone wants to kind of lazy man it. You know, if you are on a DPS, then like you literally don't even have to do anything, because the healer is going to keep your tank up most of the time. Your DPS is going to be doing their DPS. Like, you can literally AFK through most of a trust, move around a little bit for like boss mechanics and things, but that's really about it. Like, it's so simple. And it, you know, yeah, it seems like kind of an easy way out, but you know, when you're leveling your 6th or 7th job, it does hit a point where you're like, you know what, I just want to put on some Netflix, man. I want to put on some Netflix and get this stuff down. And it becomes almost like a clicker game in that regard, right? I don't mind. In the winter of his years, Midas came to abhor his part in Meteor. He told me that he wanted something more. He did not wash his hands of it. He held the project until the day it killed him. I'm just winging it. It's been a while since I've voice acted anything. Since it's been so long since we've hopped into FF8. Next time we get in there, like, all the voices are going to be different because I remember, like, none of them. I just remember the mooks. I just remember all the nameless Albadian soldiers. Oh, at least Praetorium, like, it takes a long time because there's so many cutscenes, but in terms of the actual fighting, I feel like Praetorium nowadays has more downtime than any of the others. Like, there's much less fighting ever since they did the rework of it. Speaking of, there's quite a few dungeons that I have not been back through to see since they did the last round of reworks for 4.5. That should be a nice little project at some point. I haven't heard about anything like too significant with the changes. It's not coin counter, right? Coin counter, rest in peace to the OG. Nothing was quite that drastic. That was game changing. Yeah, most of the others, it just seems like, you know, shortening up some paths and that kind of thing, but nothing, I don't know, nothing super complicated. Usually if something is kind of wild, you get, you hear about it a little bit sooner, right? Speaking of, I don't know if I ever did finished out the rest of that Criterion dungeon. Last one that came out. That's another something I could probably do. Like, there's that. I don't think I have the hairstyle from Orthos yet. The deep dungeon. The new deep dungeon, man, it's kind of rough. It's way harder than it needs to be. But yeah, I don't think I've really stepped in there since the last time. Last time we did it on stream. Like, it'll get a little bit easier if I can get my weapon upgraded a little bit, but like, just getting to that point can be kind of tricky in there. Alright, we all here? Cool. Alright, what's my single target rotation? I have completely forgotten. Hey, there we go. I'm kind of remembering. A refresher that we need. Go, that will be fine. Okay. And then my other ones are almost up. We'll be fine. We got this. And I feel like I've figured it out. I feel like I'm getting the muscle memory back. I don't know how y'all do this on a controller. Hi, Sue. Yeah, it'll be a lot easier once I get back onto Red Mage, though. Red Mage, I feel like, is burned into my muscle memory to the point that I think it would probably be impossible for me to ever forget it. All of these other jobs that are a little trickier, right? Okay. Yeah, you know, I thought the new AF looked pretty good. I think they leaked most of that at this point. Here we go. But I don't know. The Red Mage AF didn't call to me like our current one does. Like, I love my current glam way too much. So now we'll see if I switch it up. I might change the hat. I haven't decided yet. Still up in the air. But usually the only thing that can get me to change my Red Mage Glam is the AF. And it's just, I'm not feeling it for Dawntrail. Okay. But you never know. Maybe that means one of the dungeon armors or something like that will be pretty good. Maybe one of the tier sets or something. I know, it's just so many of the caster stuff is all, it's like very caster, right? Like big robes or big poofy shoulders, that kind of thing. And it's like there's not really enough caster stuff. It's kind of like a jacket. Because like red mages are more like, they feel a lot closer to a Corsair. So it almost feels like they would almost use like leather armor in a lot of cases, right? But yeah, we don't get a whole lot. It does mean that our normal red mage specific lambs usually look really good. But in terms of like the dungeon armors and stuff, it's kind of like there's really not a whole lot to go with. I mean, I guess you can go full caster mode if you want. Yeah, our current set is perfect. Big leather strap and yeah, the embroidery and everything. Got the cloak, but not like a big cloak. It's the single shoulder cloak. Looks pretty cool. All right, Maggie, do your thing. Oh. Ooh. I don't know why. It's been kind of chill all day. I don't know if it's just because I'm actually running my GPU or what, but it's like getting kind of hot in here. All right. I'm kind of curious how Sid and Nero are going to be coming back, if they are. And we're going to be on the other side of the world, but it'd still be nice to see them. I want to know what adventures they're up to, right? How's the bromance going? Gonna be real interesting with the graphics upgrade. Like, I kind of want to do New Game Plus too. Like, looking at cutscenes like this, and I'm like, man, this is gonna look so much different. So much different. Now, you got to keep in mind that they said that it wouldn't be like every zone or area at once. Like, not all of the NPCs will have it right off the bat, but they did say most of the main ones. But in terms of like, you know, I don't know if all of the background of the Praetorium is going to have all of the upgraded textures yet. Maybe the new lighting. But I don't know about textures. But obviously our characters are going to look so much different. Gonna be real interesting to go through and play some of the old classics, right? Into Shadowbringers and a couple cutscenes in Endwalker. Yeah. 2.5, 2.55. I think that'll be a really interesting one. I do sound well, thank you. I'm really surprised my voice is holding out after not streaming all that much this week. I haven't even been through the drive-thru all that much this week. That's how you know I really have not left. You know, when it's been just sitting at the computer and getting some stuff done all day, right? Pretty bad when even I don't go through the drive-thru. I think I spoke to the convenience store guy once or twice, and that's really about it. Oh, I probably should get out more. You know, with everything happening, like I am trying to consider, you know, my health, that thing, right? So I am thinking about getting the old Planet Fitness renewal. You know, it's up, they're open all night, place to go early in the morning, and you know, I need to work out a little bit more. I need to make sure that with all of this work that we're doing, even more than usual, it's important to make sure that you're stretching, that you're moving around a little bit. Like, I was watching the Legend of Polka this week, where she was asking the others in Nipo Labo like what their step count was. Then you get to Botan and she's done like 22,000 steps in a day. Like, oh, yeah, how about that? Like, I feel like there's some days, especially lately, where I've been getting maybe less than 100. Like, it's pretty bad. I need to make sure that I'm getting up, stretching, and if nothing else, doing my squats and that kind of thing, right? No one, well, I shouldn't say no one. I'm sure some of you out there are really into the Jack Skellington figure, but I'm not. Most of the people I'm into are not. So, yeah, I really should kind of keep that kind of thing in mind. Not like I'm going to be meeting anyone around here, but if anything, it'll be good for my mental health. Lift the old 20-pound weights that I've got. Oh, buddy. Big stretch in there. But it's something. It's better than nothing. Yeah, my buddy, my best buddy, he went out kayaking and stuff, and like, I love rowing. If I had space, I'd love to get a rowing machine. It's like my favorite piece of workout equipment. I love that thing. I could sit on it for all day. But yeah, unfortunately, we just don't have enough space around here. So yeah, I'm kind of thinking maybe the gym. Maybe it's time. Just a little bit with the old noise gate there. There we go. It's been tough trying to find a balance with this noise gate and all of this stuff going on. I feel like I've had to adjust it a lot more lately, but I've noticed when I'm playing FF14, like, you can hear me, dropping my mouse onto the table and stuff. What I really need is just like a better gimbal or some kind of padding on like the gimbal clasp, right? But yeah, haven't gotten around to it. Come on, Phoebe, you got this. Let's go. Right. And I think my bulwark was still active. Or I mean. Okay, do I have my healing? No, I do not have my healing, unfortunately. But I do have my Thrill of Battle. I could probably stand to use that more than I do. Yeah, might as well. Might as well get back into the habit of it. Keeping it on cooldown, right? How we doing here? Okay. Back there. I can save it. We'll be all right. Okay. There's that. And that. And that. Nice. We're getting through everything okay. It's been a while since I've done Prey, so I don't really remember all of the timings. What makes a good group versus a slower one, but I feel like at this point in the expansion, most of the people that are like in here are like, they're in here, right? They've been playing a while. They're not leaving FF14 anytime soon. Sometimes you get some of the newer players, some of the sprouts that are wanting to try and get it in anticipation for the new expansion. Yeah, in the doldrums of the end of an expansion period, it's usually the diehards, the role players, as it were, right? I gotta say, the past couple nights that I've been going to some of the RP venues, they have been pretty busy. So, as always, the stalwarts are still here. Still a lot going on the weekends in terms of venues and stuff. The ultimate weapon is activated. Oh no. All right, Nero, that's a separate MSQ roulette. You wanted us to fight Ultima, you gotta send us one down. We're fine. Yeah, I only just now realized our Lalafels and an Astrologian. I am curious about what the changes are going to be like for them. You know, they gave a brief overview, but nothing ever really beats actually using it in action, right? You can look at it all day, but until you actually put your hands on the keyboard and start, you know, actually doing your rotation, it's never really certain what it's going to feel like. All right, let's just get us to the monologue, man. We're almost there. We're so close. We're so close. I can feel it. There we go. I'm all turned around. Okay, there we go. That way. All right, let's end this. All right, he'll be back. He'll be back, helping some children out. I don't know. I know Gaius is a very divisive very divisive figure when it comes to FF14 players, but I like Gaius. I do. I thought they did a good job with the redemption arc. Very anime, but I enjoyed it quite a bit. All right, well, who do you fight? For whom do you fight? I fight for myself because I'm broke and I need money. It is at the point where a couple of my alts actually have more money than Kyra does, so it's yeah, I really need to figure out what I'm doing with that. I could use the extra funds if I am going to be redoing this house and actually have her join or start her own FC for a separate house. I really need to get it figured out.
Tell me, for whom do you fight?
The nice thing is, if I do start my own FC, then I've got the company chest, so it's a little bit easier to transfer between characters. So that's good. And I think I can invite alts if I get an FC house. Like, I just signed up at the billboard. I can't remember if they actually have to be online or not to accept the invitation. I'd have to look at that again. It's been a while. I don't think they do. But again, it's been a long time since I've run an FC. It is very frustrating how there's not an easier way to invite alts to your FC. Like, I understand the idea against, you know, pushing back against RMT and that kind of thing, but I feel like it's more of an inconvenience to the actual players than it benefits saving RMT. Like, at this point, I feel like RMT is really one of those things that it's just kind of annoying in chat, but I mean, it's 2024. I don't know who all is still falling for it with the very Rogadan names that we see sometimes popping up, right? Like, is preventing us from inviting alts in really outweighing the benefits? I don't know. I'm sure they've got the stats for it. But that's really the only reason that I have not tried making my own before. Is it's just, yeah, you gotta find 4 people to sign. You usually gotta pay them. I mean, I could do it. Just stand there in the quicksand and advertise in shout chat or something, but yeah, it's a little bit of work. I can't lie, it's a little tricky trying to get it done. Especially if I'm going to be buying an FC house. Like, I would want my alts money involved, but I would need my alts invited. Is a whole thing unto itself, right? If you don't have an FC. If you don't have a house, I mean. So yeah. Just, I don't want to have to, like, rely on strangers for that. I wish I knew a few more people in the game to do it. All right, come on, go Super Saiyan G. You got this. Hey, there we go. Now we're finally there. We're ready for the fight. It should go pretty fast. Seems like our group's kind of... We're not really going to have any issues. A little slower than normal, but more than doable.
Only a man of power can rightly steer the course of civilization. And in this land of creeping mendacity,
Oh,
will prove its salvation.
really? Define power, guys. What do you mean by powerful? Strong physically? You mean sexy? Because I'm very powerful in that case.
It is only right that I should take your realm, for none among you has the power to stop me.
Bro, you're like 40 levels below me. Alright, here we go. Ooh, buddy. Get it done. Let's get it over with. Alright, there we go. I'm getting back into it. I feel like my warrior rotation is getting back there. Now, obviously, I'm not max level. There's quite a bit of stuff that gets added throughout the course of it, but yeah. It seemed like the warrior changes were pretty nice. Nothing super unexpected or devastating, right? I thought maybe they would end up nerfing the healing game, but they did not. That's still going to be its thing for a while. Okay, yeah, we're really kind of blitzing through him. Am I in it? Yeah, I'm in it. There we go. Alright, save up for the next one. Fuck this. I was running towards you guys. You don't have to run that way. I think they were expecting me to go backwards like most tanks. Like, nah, I try running towards them as best as possible. Out of line, yeah. Isu. Alright, we might end up getting another Ductus. I haven't had a group that's gone through the third Ductus in a while. Okay. Alright, we'll go down this way. It's easier for you guys. Come on. I mean, I guess really we could just kind of stay where we're at. It's not like it does a ton of damage. Probably wouldn't hurt all that much. There we go. Alright, they can... Okay, or not. I was gonna say they could probably take the other ones. And I could probably deal with these. There we go. Yeah, they'll be fine. You guys handle the other ones. Okay. We'll just follow this trail down to... If you guys want to take out the other one, you could probably do it. Darkian can do it. I believe in you, buddy. Nice. Easy game, easy life. Easy life. All right, good job, everybody. We did it. All right. And always call my healer. Oh, Mogpendium. Flame. Oh, that was like 20. Okay. I forgot that they're changing up how they did that, because I really have not paid much attention to the Mog Tomes this event. All right. Yeah, I feel like that was a fair amount of, we got a fair amount done. You know, we got another yokai weapon. Got a little bit more done in Warrior Progress. Still a ways to go, but it's something, right? But that being said, you know, it was just a little quick stream to pop in here and say hello. See how everyone was doing, letting you know that everything's going all right. We're still working behind the scenes, and yeah, I think I'm aiming for the 20th to get this debut out and about. But yeah, just kind of keep an eye out. But that said, I think it's about time for me to head out and do all of that work that I keep talking about, right? So yeah, thanks a ton. Again, like and subscribe if you want to get the updates on terms of you know, see what kind of content's coming up in the future. So yeah, you know, sometime this next week, I gotta see what the schedule's like. We'll probably do another unarchived model testing stream at some point. And then yeah, now I do have some time this weekend. We might do it this weekend. We'll see. And then yeah, some more Horizon and hopefully some FF8 if I can fit it in. It's gonna be a busy week, but you know, I'm trying to make sure that we're remembering that it's all for the channel, right? Like this is what it's all about. But yeah, help us get up to 1,500 subs. Like and subscribe. And that being said, I hope everyone has a good start to your weekend and enjoys the rest of your evening. Take care, everybody. Bye bye.